And good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the UFC Fight Cards podcast presented by Orange Fire Media. I'm your host, Russ Renault, and here we are wrapping up another fight night from the Apex in Las Vegas. So, before we get to that, I just want to let y'all know, you saw at the top of the show, just like to break these out every once in a while. These are all the cards we want to give away, so subscribe, and you'll never miss a show. And we want to give these away once we reach the number of subscribers we're shooting for. So get in on this, let your friends know that we're giving this stuff away and we want you to be part of it. So next weekend is going to be awesome. We'll talk about it more as we go along, but we're going to do another live main event coverage. So we'll be on, I'll be talking about it. Obviously I can't show it, can't have any sound or anything, but I will be talking about it. And if you're not able to get to a TV, not able to get to buy the pay-per-view, that I will be bringing you that coverage just in case you have to miss out for whatever reason. So we want to take care of you, and we will talk about it live next Saturday. So let's get to that. We'll get to that in a minute when we get to our UFC 305 preview. But let's get to tonight first, which we had a big heavyweight main event between two top 10 contenders in number 8, Marcin Tybura against number 9, Sergey Spivac. And this one did not last very long. So this was the second meeting between these two. They met 4 years ago, and Tybura won via unanimous decision, 3-round matchup. But they didn't need 3 rounds in this one tonight. So Sergey Spivac winning by submission via armbar in the first round. And just a beautiful move, took it to the ground, and I think that was the game plan, was not to sit there and trade with Tybura, So ended up getting it to the ground. And like I said, if you haven't seen the highlights yet, it really was a beautiful move into that armbar, and it didn't take long for Tybura to tap. And so things looking good for Sergey Spivac going forward. So looking ahead at what lies ahead for him, he's faced Cyril Gane before. That was his last loss. So I would look at somebody like Curtis Blades and maybe Sergey Pavlovich. Those are the two that come to the top of my mind that he has not faced yet. So those would be good names going forward for Sergey Spivac. Don't know what that does for Marcin Tybura. Got washed out by Tom Aspinall, then came back with a nice win over Tai Tuivasa, so he's just kind of hanging in. He'll be ranked number 9 next week. Spivac likely number 8, so not too much wiggle room there for Tybura. But I look forward to Spivac Pavlovich or Spivac Blades. Here probably the beginning of 2025. Not a whole lot else on this card, so we'll get to our UFC 305 preview pretty quick. But that co-main event, Chepe Mariscal just looked amazing against Damon Jackson. A pretty competitive first round, but Mariscal just took it to Damon Jackson in rounds 2 and 3. Almost got the finish there at the end of round 3. It was just a little too late, but dominant performance. Even got a 30-25. On those scorecards. So, just things looking up right there on the cusp of that top 15 for Mariscal. We did have a couple of women's bantamweight matchups over in the top 15. Saw Yana Santos hold her spot against Chelsea Chandler with a unanimous decision. And then we go number 8, Carol Hossa against number 11, Pani Kianzad, and another unanimous decision with the number 8 ranked fighter in the women's bantamweight division holding her spot as well. So you could see Hossa, Santos maybe later on, since those match up winners against winners pretty well down the road somewhere. But not a lot else on this card. Weird thing that I was just noticing, going through it, there were no knockouts. There were a couple of finishes. See, we had 1, 2, 3 submissions in all the rest of the 10 fights. All the other 7 went to the scorecard. So I don't know. Something maybe about these new gloves. I just kind of have that feeling that we've seen fewer knockouts since they changed over to these gloves. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's something to look at going forward, but something to keep an eye on. So there you go. You see our giveaway cards again. That one day we're going to give these away. Once we reach a threshold, a certain number of subscribers, that we will start moving these. I want you to be in that running. So all of our subscribers automatically entered. We're going to be giving these away and sending those out. So make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends that this is what we have. We've got. We'll talk about everything we have after we get to our UFC 305 preview, but all former champions, and there's a numbered card in every single one of these 7 lots. So we'll take a look at that when we get done. So let's move along and let's get to that UFC 305 preview. So bring that next card up. There we go. UFC 305 next Saturday from Perth, Australia. And this is a much anticipated middleweight championship matchup between the champion Dricus du Plessis and the number 2 contender, the former champion Israel Adesanya. We thought that was going to be flipped at one time, that we would see Adesanya defending against du Plessis, but that's not the way it worked out. So du Plessis getting that decision over Sean Strickland. And who knows? I mean, Izzy's been off for a while, and so who knows what we're going to see out of him. But we like to give some picks through, as we go through these pay-per-views, and I am going to go with Izzy on this one. I think the time off's going to be good for him. He just had killer matchups. We had Pereira twice, slayed that dragon, got tripped up against Strickland, just wasn't ready for that. And no, hopefully he's had that time to bounce back. And he's one of the best. He's one of the best ever. And so I think he gets it done. I think he beats du Plessis. I think he really steps up when it's time to slay these dragons. And I think he's going to get it done. So looking forward to that. Next weekend, that main event. So Adesanya is my pick. That's who I want to win, so that is bad news for me. Usually what happens when I want somebody to win, the other thing happens. So we've gone pretty solid on those lately. So if you really want some advice, this is all for fun. So, we have to give that disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. You can do whatever you want on your own betting card, but I just tell you that I want Adesanya to win. That usually doesn't work out well. So your pick is probably du Plessis. So anyway, it doesn't work the same going down the card. I'm pretty good the rest of the way down. So we have a big flyweight matchup between number 4 Kai Kara France and number 7 Steve Verseg. So I like Steve Verseg in this one a lot. I just like what I saw last time out with the title on the line against Pantoja. So, yeah, look for Verseg, take care of Kai Kara France. Lightweight division, number 5 Mateusz Gamrot against number 11 Dan Hooker. I like Gamrot in this one a lot as well. I think Hooker took some damage. He's taken some damage lately. That lightweight division. So look for Gamrot to hold serve here. Number 10, Tai Tuivasa against number 12, Jairzinho Rozenstruik. A heavyweight matchup. Just haven't seen a lot that I've liked out of Tuivasa lately. He's a fan favorite, but Rozenstruik's, this is the kind of fight where he steps up, and I think he gets it done here. So Rozenstruik in the heavyweight matchup. Then we got Li Jiangleng against Carlos Prates in the welterweight division. Like Li in this one. So that's our picks. Adesanya, Verseg, Gamrot, Rozenstruik, and Li Jiangleng in the main card. A little bit further down the card, we got one other ranked fighter, number 14, Casey O'Neill, against Teresa Bleda in the women's flyweight division. Jack Jenkins on this card. Song Kanan, as you see there. We've seen these the last couple of weeks. So that is our UFC 305 preview next weekend from Perth, Australia, and you can catch it right here. We will be doing live main event coverage. We can't show it to you, can't let you listen to it, but you can listen to me. If you're not able to buy the pay-per-view, then I will be on here giving you a play-by-play of everything going on in that main event. So we'll be on as soon as Bruce Buffer announces the fighters. We'll come on and we'll bring you that, and then we'll have our regular show immediately following. So let's look ahead. We do have a few more fights that have been announced this week. So we have a fight night on August 24th now from the Apex. Not real excited about this one, to be honest. Middleweight matchup between number 5, Jared Cannonier, number 12, Chao Barallo. Women's strawweight matchup, I like this one a little bit better. Number 9, Angela Hill against number 11, Tabitha Ricci. Baby Shark, I like this matchup for her. Welterweight matchup, number 12, Neil Magny against Michael Morales. Middleweight matchup, Edmund Shabazian against Gerald Mearshart, and Danny Silva against Dennis Bazooka. There you can see the prelims on that one. Then we get to Fight Night September 7th. Don't have a lot more on this one yet. This is also from the Apex. Welterweight matchup between Gilbert Burns and Sean Brady, number 6 against number 8. Featherweight matchup, number 9, Calvin Kattar against Kyle Nelson. And then those same fights that we had earlier, we announced the last couple of weeks. Then we get to another big one, Noche UFC 306, in quotation marks, September 14th from the Sphere, Las Vegas. And I cannot wait for this. This is going to be amazing. You saw those ticket prices this week as they went on sale. $3,000 for the cheapest seat in the house. So whoever can afford that and is going out there, more power to you. Sending you some love on that one. That is nice. It's a nice trip right there. Bantamweight title on the line. Champion Sean O'Malley against number 1 ranked Merab Dvalishvili. We got another title on the line, and I need to fix this slide. Women's strawweight division. That title is on the line again. The third matchup between the champion Alexa Grasso and the former champion, number 1 contender Valentina Shevchenko. Grasso getting the sub in the first matchup, had the draw in the second. So this is that rubber match here. See if Shevchenko can get this one done and get that title back. Featherweight division, number 3, Brian Ortega against number 12, Diego Lopez. I don't know if there's a fight that I'm looking forward to more than that one. It's kind of weird to say, but I like that matchup a lot. I'm excited to see Diego Lopez take on a top 5 contender. Raul Rosas Jr. against Aurora Kalang in the bantamweight division. Women's bantamweight division, number 4, Irene Aldana against number 10, Norma Dumont. Lightweight matchups, Manuel Torres, Ignacio Bahamondes. Like him a lot too. One of those rookies from 2023. Chirez against Borges. Ronaldo Rodriguez against Ode Osborne. Hasmin Harigwe against Ketlin Souza. Women's strawweight division, Daniel Zellhuber against Esteban Robovic. So that's September 14th. We'll have a full preview coming up later on down the road. We'll do a full preview on that one with picks and everything leading up to the fights. So this was one that was announced this week, UFC Fight Night, September 28th in Paris. Top 15 matchup in the lightweight division. Number 10, Renato Moicano against number 12, Benoit Saint-Denis. Nice middleweight matchup here. Number 4, Nasruddin Imavov against number 7, Brendan Allen. Ayan Kutalaba against Ivan Ursulin. Light heavyweight matchup. Featherweight division, Morgan Charrer against AJ Cunningham. Lightweight division, Fariz Zayam against Matt Frivola. And then the only other matchup we have on that one right now, flyweight matchup between Daniel Barres and Victor Altamirano. So still don't know anything about UFC 307, October 5th in Salt Lake City. The only thing that happened this week was it was confirmed that it is in Salt Lake City. So we've known that for quite a while. That's been rumored, but now official. So we'll see what ends up being the main event there. We'll talk about that a little bit more, speculation on that next week, as some more things will come into focus after the next pay-per-view. So here is UFC 308, and this is the last card that we have any information on. October 26th from Abu Dhabi, obviously a huge card. Featherweight title on the line, the champion Ilia Topuria against the former champion and the number 2 contender Max Holloway. I said I was looking forward to Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, but as far as championship fights go, you don't get any better than this one. So this is the other one that I'm looking forward to a lot. These are just 2 phenomenal fights. Love Topuria against Holloway, and actually Topuria's brother signed with the UFC this week, so it'll be interesting going forward seeing what he can do. You got a big heavyweight matchup there between number 2 Cyril Gane and number 3 Alexander Volkov. Middleweight matchup, number 3 Robert Whittaker against number 11 Khamzat Chimaev. I hope that he is well enough to make that one. Light heavyweight matchup between number 2 Magomed Ankalaev against Alexander Rakic. That would seem to be the next person in line to face Alex Pereira, the champion. So Ankalaev's got to take care of business and then face Pereira. And then I would think that if Pereira can get past Ankalaev, that Pereira is going to move up and we'll see him face Tom Aspinall at some point. But that's way down the line. That's way too far in the future right now. Then a featherweight matchup between number 11 Laurent Murphy, number 14 Dan Ige. Some other ranked fighters down the card, so it makes for a pretty stacked card. Welterweight division, number 10 Jeff Neal against number 13 Rafael dos Anjos. And these kind of announced this week. Heavyweight matchup, number 14 Marcos Rogerio de Lima against Kennedy Nzechukwu. So kind of Nzechukwu moving up to heavyweight. Middleweight matchup, Abus Magomedov against Bruno Ferreira. And a welterweight matchup between Renat Fakhretdinov against Nursultan Rozaboev. So that is our slate going forward through the fall. And then, obviously they're kind of holding off for the November announcement. You're looking forward to John Jones and Stipe Miocic. So you're looking forward to seeing those two in Madison Square Garden in November. And then we'll have a big, end of the year event from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, more than likely in December. So, but the big one is Jones and Miocic, and who knows, what could be bigger than that to finish off the year. So we know we're going to see that one, barring injury. Aspinall is already slated to be the backup either way. So a lot to look forward to in November. Just see what fills out the rest of that card. And then, how do you end the year? Do you go McGregor-Chandler? Do we get that in December in Madison Square Garden? I would hope so after all the waiting. But I'd like to see a title on the line in that one as well. So that is our wrap-up here for UFC Fight Night. Tybura against Spivac from the Apex, and our UFC 305 preview. Like I said, we will have live main event coverage right here on YouTube next Saturday for Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. As soon as Bruce Buffer announces those two fighters, we will be live, and then I'll bring you a play-by-play of that main event. If you cannot watch the pay-per-view, come here and I will take care of you. I can't show it to you. I can't let you listen to it, obviously, for trademark reasons for the UFC, but I can give you a play-by-play and let you know what's going on. Then we'll talk about it and have our regular wrap-up, right? We'll head straight into that wrap-up, and I'm looking forward to that next Saturday. It's going to be awesome. I hope you can make it. Let's take one more look at these cards that we have. So I'll show you that we have John Jones. We have a stack of John Jones, and there's a number card right there on top, number 199. some Chronicles from 2 years ago. Holly Holm right here. That top card numbered to 99. Glover Teixeira. You've got a prism there on top that's numbered. Robert Whitaker back here in the back. Justin Gaethje with that Chronicles, that number right there. Misha Tate, there's actually 2 numbered cards in this one. That Origins Red being one of them. And you get all of the cards that go with it. So there's about 15, 20 cards in each stack. Jan Blachowicz there. That Chronicles Black on top that's numbered to 99. So we want to give these away to 7 lucky subscribers. So make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends that we're giving stuff away and that we just want to grow this show, make it better and better every single week. So we appreciate you stopping by. So once again, join us next weekend. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have our live main event coverage right here on YouTube. And then, if you subscribe to the podcast, we do make the audio available right after this across all of the, popular audio podcast platforms. So make sure if you can't watch that you can listen and check that out next weekend. So appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, and make sure you come back next weekend when we have live main event coverage from UFC 305 du Plessis against Adesanya from Perth, Australia. I'm Russ Renault. You have been watching the UFC Fight Cards podcast right here on Orange Fire Media, presented by Orange Fire Media, and right here on YouTube. We'll see you next weekend, everybody.